Hey Stefan, how are you? How are you doing today?
Not too bad yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. So my name's Sheridan. I'm a skill acquisition coach here. So do you know why you're here with me today?
Well, I've been obviously playing tennis for a couple of months now, and my serve seems to be not really changing too much, even though I'm training on it. The percentage of first serves going in is actually decreasing rather than increasing.
Okay, yeah, I've been talking to your coach, and he's given me a few pointers and just a few errors that you're making while you're serving. So basically, we're just going to go through them today using the iPad for a bit of technology, so you'll be able to see yourself doing it again. Just a background on myself. I've been working as a skill acquisition coach for the last 5 years. I've worked with various different tennis players throughout the years, helping them to try and achieve their potential. So basically, we're just going to go through. What we're going to do today is you're going to perform a few serves. We're going to come back. We're going to watch a video on YouTube that I've put together of the top players like the Novak Djokovic, Rafa, Nadal, all those kind of guys.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start off watching that. You're going to go do a few serves. We're going to come back. We're going to identify a few areas in the video of the professionals doing it. Then you're going to conduct a few more. We're going to use the iPad as a motion as a slow motion. So we're going to be able to slow down the movement, be able to watch what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and then finally we're just going to finish off doing a few more, and then we'll progress it on from there. So you ready to get going?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so Steph, now here's just a quick video that I put together on YouTube, just basically demonstrating people like I said, Djokovic and Rafa Nadal just serving in game scenarios, and then there's a few slowed down clips. Then there's a few from behind, there's a few from the side, there's a few in front, there's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
So from that video there, can you identify any aspects of the serve that you're maybe not able to do as well as those guys, or?
Yeah, I think throw up. I think my throw up isn't going straight up. It's going forward, either too far forward or too far behind, which is making my hit either too far forward or too far behind, which is again kind of changing the direction of the ball.
Yeah,
so I think that's one big thing.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to go off and do a few repetitions out of the serve. Then we're going to come back and analyse how you felt and how well you thought you did, and look back at the video, and then we'll progress on from there. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so basically now we're just going to do a few repetitions, so then we'll be able to analyse against the YouTube video again. So we're just going to stand there onto the white line as if that's the baseline. We're just going to do 3 repetitions, and then we'll go back and analyse them. Okay. Cool. So there we go. Okay, so after doing the serve there, how did that feel?
It felt good. No, I think doing the 3 repetitions, the first one was a bit kind of loose, getting warmed up, and then the second one, third one, I think went a bit better. I was really trying to emphasise on that throw up. But
yeah. So is there any kind of aspects that you could improve on, or?
I think the throw up again, maybe I was a bit static when I land or something like that. No, a bit. I don't feel very mobile when I land.
So if we compare it to the video here again, there's a few aspects I certainly saw that you could have definitely improved on. So if you can pick any of them out, it'd be great.
Is it maybe the landing, how he lands on his forward foot?
Yeah, that's another aspect you can definitely work on, yeah.
I don't know when he's releasing the ball, maybe. Maybe I'm letting him go too early or too late.
Yeah. So Right next, so now we've got the iPad set up here. We're going to just use the time today. So what I want you to do is just do 3 more reps. You're going to come back, watch yourself from the iPad. I'm not going to say anything, you're not going to say anything. Just pick out a few faults that you might have picked up on. And then you're going to do 3 more reps. And then we're going to compare the first set of reps to the second set of reps. And then we're going to compare your best few ones to the YouTube video that I showed you at the start. So we'll be able to compare and contrast how you're doing it compared to the professionals, okay?
Cool.
Yeah. So go ahead. Okay, so Stefano, I have your video here just on a split screen, so obviously you're on the right and Roger Federer is up on the left here, so we're just going to watch through the video maybe 2 or 3 times. First time we're going to go through full speed and we're not going to say anything, then the second time we're going to go in half speed and then finally an eighth of this speed. So we're going to, on the eighth, we're going to be able to compare side to side, so just going through first. So now we're just going to go over to the start and go half speed. Okay, can you see kind of some differences in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what can you see there?
Well, differences are as well. I'm landing on 1 foot like he is, but he's more mobile when he lands.
Yeah.
So he's ready to move already. Whereas I'm a bit static.
Yeah. So if you see with the way that he lands on 1 foot with his body out in front, so he's ready to go off into the next position, so wherever the return is coming from, whereas you're just a bit static.
I'm just landing straight down.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're just going to watch it in 1/8 of the speed. So again, just look at maybe your arm when you're releasing the ball, and then look at it when your racket first makes contact. Okay, so you can see some differences between the two?
When I drug it up, my arm's still quite low, whereas Federer's is already up when he releases the ball.
As well, if you can see when he's releasing the ball, so watch it again here. He keeps his arm nice and straight. So then you see when he's releasing the ball, he keeps his arm nice and straight, yeah? Okay, good. So Okay, so that's just the end of our session today. So I'm going to give you this program. It's about 2 times a week for the next 4 weeks. So I'm going to see you again in 4 weeks' time. So I want to see an improvement. It just has a few basic exercises that you can perform, just maybe even before you go out in the corridor. You can even do at home, nice and easy. It also has my email address and my phone number, that if you're ever having any problems, just give me a call or drop me an email. I also gave you my FaceTime, so maybe we could even do an online coaching session if you would like.
Yep.
And then before I see you in the next 4 weeks. So do you want to grab that? Yeah.
Thanks.
And I'll just go through a few of the exercises now with you, just that you can do at home. Okay, so just one of the exercises that you can do at home, just to make sure that the way you throw the ball up is not going wonky. So if you just stand here with your shoulder against the wall and take a slight step out. So if you have it here and you're just going to throw the ball up, ensuring that it doesn't hit the wall or it doesn't go over the other side, okay? So it's straight up like that. So you can do about 10 reps on that, and then you're going to go over and do it on this side as well. And just straight up, okay? Another variation of that is if you standing up against the wall with your arms straight so that your fingers are touching against the wall. You're going to take a slight step out and it's going to be just straight up, and you've got to be able to catch it again. So this will make sure that you're not throwing it too far forward against the wall, or you're not throwing it too far backward, okay? So it's just going to be straight up so that you're able to catch it again, okay?
Yeah.
So that's our session for today. Do you have any questions, or?
No, I think it's all good. I think I'll do the exercises and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Alright, cool. So I'll see you in 4 weeks' time.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
So you'll see here that I just have a piece of tape up on the curtain, and it's about a foot or so above the tip of my racket. And for me, that's going to be where I want the height of my toss to be most of the time, to get a nice, smooth, relaxed rhythm. I don't have a very rushed, quick motion. I have a much more deliberate, smooth, kind of relaxed motion. It's not more rushed like a Dolgopolov would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approach the wall, pretending that basically the wall is the baseline here, running this way. And if I were to actually hit a serve, I'd be hitting the serve this way into the wall. I'm not going to hit any serves. I'm just practicing my toss though. So I'm going to come up to the wall, line myself up so that where my release point is right below where that piece of tape is. And at first, I'm just going to practice. I'm just going to leave my racket at my side, and I'm just going to practice putting the ball up. And my goal here is to try to find a consistent height with that toss. And I want it to more or less line up with that piece of tape and my toss. And as you do this, you're going to find that the more that you use your shoulder to guide the ball up into the air, the more consistent you're going to be. Progression number 2 would be starting in that same position and now actually go back into your trophy pose. So if you have a platform stance, you would just leave your feet where they are, go back to your trophy pose, and practice getting the ball to that right height and position. Now, if you have a pinpoint stance or you have a hybrid, you would obviously bring your feet together and just go to your trophy pose while practicing getting the ball to the right spot.
Okay, so looking back on the video that I've produced for the skills acquisition, there are certain things that I thought went very well, and there are certain things that definitely going forward as a coach that I can improve on if I'm ever making skills videos in the future. So one thing that I was very happy with was the way that I was able to use the Huddle, the app, to get a side-by-side view of my athlete performing his serve, while I was able to also show him what the professionals were doing. That was from the YouTube video that I made at the start. One thing that I could have improved on with that was in the video itself naming the applications that I use. So there's Huddle, and then there was one light video delay that I used for the videoing delay, so that my athlete was able to perform his serves, then come back, reanalyze how he was doing, pick up on certain things that he wasn't doing so well himself, and then correct that in the next set that he was able to do. Things that I can improve on going forward were, at the start of my introduction, I kept saying I should have been possibly more prepared or more relaxed in front of the camera, because I felt that as the video got on, you were able to see that I did know what I was talking about, and that as the video went on, you could see that I was quite confident in what I was saying and how I was saying it. It's just in the introduction, I didn't start off too well. Another thing that I thought I could have done better was, after we'd watched the YouTube video for the second time, I felt that myself personally as the coach could have given him 2 or 3 key points to look out for in the video, and then for him to focus on while performing the skill. I felt that he, as the athlete himself, kind of understood but didn't fully understand exactly what I wanted him to do. And another thing that could have improved on was, instead of trying to fix one minor detail in the serve itself, I was trying to fix maybe 3 or 4, which, as he's a beginner athlete, you want to try and fix one thing at a time and build it together as a ladder. So you're fixing the throw up, you're fixing where he's striking the ball, you're fixing his feet position, stuff like that, so it all comes together. Whereas with beginner athletes, what I was doing was trying to push everything in together, which then can make him confused and unsure of what exactly is the most important, whereas everything that we were doing was important. He might not be able to understand that fully. But I'm very happy and confident about how the video was put together and how well it was recorded, and definitely be able to show people in the future and keep it with me. And definitely, if I ever needed it in a CV or an interview process, I would be more than happy to show it out.